qualification was difficult. So first round I lost, and I made a joke to my coaches like, "Are you guys ready for the greatest comeback of all time?"
Ontario's Daniel Gaysinsky has been working towards this moment his entire life, qualifying for the Olympics, even though the event is only making its debut at the Olympics this year. And the way it all unfolded was in a way he never could have imagined.
In the last 3 seconds, one of the referees said that I stepped out of the ring, and I already had 3 warnings. So in my sport, if you get 4 warnings, you're disqualified from the fight. So in the last 3 seconds, he said I was disqualified, and we protested it. I never stepped out, and so we were able to redo those 3 seconds, and I was able to score another head kick on my opponent and win the match.
Daniel had 9 fights in one day against some of the best competitors in the world. It's been a long journey for the 26-year-old who is no stranger to a comeback story. In 2015, he tore his ACL just days before he was set to make his Pan Am Games debut. Just a few years later, he became the only Canadian to qualify to compete in karate at the Olympics this year.
What were the emotions and what are the emotions you're experiencing right now, knowing that you're going to represent Canada?
It's surreal. I mean, like, my whole life I've been dreaming towards this moment, and I've sacrificed everything I have just to be in the Olympics. But, you know, as Kobe said, job's not over, right? So I'm not focusing too much on qualifying. I'm still focused on the gold medal and representing Canada as best as I can. And I'm excited to put on a show for you guys.
Daniel and his girlfriend Melissa, who is also part of Team Canada's national team, made sure they didn't lose their competitive edge with all of the competitions and most gyms being closed due to the ongoing pandemic.
We built a mini dojo in our basement apartment and put mats, 3 by 4 meters. And for a year, we trained together. While the rest of the world was training and competing, we were in our basement getting prepared.
Daniel is quick to thank his family and friends for his success, saying that their support has helped push him. And it all started with his mom trying to help burn off some of his energy as a young kid that helped lead him to become Canada's Karate Kid at the Olympics.
My mom just threw me into every sport that she could find. I fell in love with karate because the speed of the fight, and because it's not a knockout sport, it's a point fighting sport. That means you have a lot more tactics and a lot more creativity to express yourself in.
For City News, I'm Lindsay Dunn.